Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
How much does mixing 2 or 3 sports today shape your child's coordination years from now? And can just half an hour of outdoor play after school move that needle even further? Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, here with contributor Alara Skye, and today we're unpacking research that overturns the idea that early specialization or a crammed activity schedule is the best way to help your child move with confidence.
The evidence we'll cover comes from 2 peer-reviewed studies featured on Mercola.com. Both compared children in multisport programs with those focused on a single activity or who were mostly inactive outside standard physical education classes. Across the board, variety and daily free play outperformed repetition, delivering stronger motor coordination, better balance, and more reliable movement skills.
Let's dive into the first study, published in the Journal of Sports Science. Researchers followed 627 Finnish children, beginning when they were ages 3 to 8 and testing them again 3 years later, around age 11. They measured running, hopping, throwing, and dynamic balance. Kids involved in 2 or more organized sports posted 10.1% higher jumping scores and up to 14.5% stronger overall coordination than children who didn't participate in sports at all.
Children in only one sport still improved, but the gains were noticeably smaller, especially for jumping and running-based tasks. That trend makes sense when you remember that different sports stress different movement patterns. Soccer sharpens quick directional changes. Basketball refines hand-eye timing, and gymnastics demands core stability. When kids rotate through varied skills, their brains create broader, more versatile motor maps.
The study also tracked outdoor play. Girls who spent 30 to 60 minutes outside after school outperformed peers who logged less than half an hour, boosting coordination by 8.4 to 14.5%, depending on the skill tested. Boys who already spent more time outside on average didn't see the same jump, suggesting they had reached a threshold. The practical takeaway for parents is clear. Routine, unstructured play is especially powerful for daughters who may not be as active in organized programs.
Another key finding was stability over time. Children who began ahead usually stayed ahead, while those lagging behind rarely caught up without a deliberate change in environment. That tells us early habits forge a long-term trajectory. If your child hesitates to hop, skip, or throw today, waiting for a growth spurt won't fix it. Purposeful, varied movement is what rewires the brain-body connection.
Now to the second study, published in Sports, Basel. Scientists evaluated 188-year-olds split into 3 groups: a twice-weekly multisport class, a swimming-only cohort, and an inactive group limited to school PE. The multisport kids topped every category: hopping, jumping sideways, walking backward, and lateral movement on wooden boards, outscoring swimmers by 13 points and inactive peers by nearly 20 on the total coordination index.
Swimming offered benefits over doing nothing, yet its improvements were narrow. Water removes gravity and supplies consistent resistance, so it doesn't force the fast direction changes, unpredictable surfaces, or whole-body balance that daily life and most field sports demand. Hence, swimmers excelled only in one balance test, and the margin was slim.
What makes these results more compelling is the modest training load. Multi-sport sessions lasted a single hour, twice per week, in a standard gym. Coaches rotated weekly. One session might center on throwing form, the next on low hurdles for balance, another on skipping drills. No elite camps, no 7-day schedules, just steady exposure to different movements.
Meanwhile, inactivity had the steepest cost. Children limited to school PE scored the lowest in every test, confirming that occasional classes alone rarely supply the repetition or variety needed for robust motor learning. Without extra movement, their coordination lagged behind peers in both skill-based and balance-based tasks.
Taken together, the studies highlight 5 straightforward actions. First, start with variety, not intensity. If your child kicks off fall with soccer, rotate in gymnastics, martial arts, or dance in winter. Each sport engages new neural pathways, driving durable coordination.
Second, Secure at least 30 to 60 minutes of outdoor free play after school for children ages 3 to 8. Let them dig, sprint, skip, or invent games. Especially for girls, this unstructured time links to significant boosts in balance and object control skills, even when they're not enrolled in a formal sport.
Third, avoid back-to-back seasons of the same sport. Continuous repetition builds narrow expertise but limits global coordination. Instead, alternate sports that challenge different body parts. Pair soccer with tumbling or basketball with climbing to refresh the neuromuscular system.
Fourth, watch for stagnation. If hopping, skipping, or basic throwing plateau, don't simply increase practice volume, change the stimulus. Variety that feels slightly uncomfortable is what prompts growth.
Fifth, select programs that teach movement fundamentals, running, jumping, balancing, rather than focusing solely on competition. Ask a coach to describe a typical session. If they mention obstacle courses, skipping drills, or mixed skills stations, you've likely found the right environment.
Let's turn to common questions addressed in the article's FAQ. First, what's the best way to improve motor skills in young children? The data say exposing your child to multiple sports and activities develops broader coordination than single sport focus or inactivity.
Next, how much outdoor play is enough? At least 30 to 60 minutes of weekday outdoor play shows measurable gains, especially for girls. This can be creative free play, run, climb, imagine. No adult-imposed structure required.
Are organized sports better than outdoor play? Each offers distinct benefits. Organized sports teach discipline and specific skills, while outdoor play fosters spontaneous movement and creativity. Both contribute to stronger motor development.
Why does multisport trump swimming or another single activity? Because varied sports expose kids to gravity-based balance, directional changes, and multiple movement planes that water-based training doesn't provide. The brain adapts more completely when challenges shift.
Finally, what signs reveal whether your child's motor skills are on track? Look for steady progress in hopping, skipping, throwing, and balancing. If improvement stalls, diversify their movement experiences, or choose a program that rotates skills weekly.
To wrap up, here's your practical challenge. Look at this week's calendar, swap one redundant practice for a different sport, or commit to a full hour of free outdoor play every day. Put it in writing so the plan becomes real, and watch how variety sparks new confidence in your child's movement.
Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.